Next week, Hulu begins a miniseries about the Pam Anderson-Tommy Lee sex tape scandal.
It is one of the most eagerly anticipated TV miniseries of the year.
On Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022, Hulu premiered an 8-episode biographical drama called Pam and Tommy that starred Lily James, Sebastian Stan, and Seth Rogan as Rand Gauthier. Hulu called the series a love story, crime caper, and cautionary tale rolled into one. And given how sensational we know the story is, there were plenty of chances for Hulu to generate buzz about its new show. There were side-by-side comparisons of the actors' transformations into the real-life players. There were articles where the cast defended the show's essential sex scenes, saying, "You can't really have a show about a sex tape without sex, can you?" And there were even headlines about Pam and Tommy insiders explaining why the talking penis role was recast in favor of a bigger name. So clearly Hulu was milking the marketing opportunities for its new show, but there was also another angle that was getting the series' attention. The fact that Pam and Tommy were reportedly not involved in the creation of this Hulu series, and they said they didn't give Hulu permission to tell their story about their honeymoon tape. BuzzFeed reported that the series faced extreme backlash after it was understood that it had been greenlit without the approval of those involved in the real-life crime. Now, even though there was internet outrage about this new Hulu series, Tommy said he didn't have a problem with the show.
The story is actually cool. Yeah. You know, what actually happened wasn't, but it's really about privacy, and there's different laws now. I mean, it's cool. I'm stoked. That's cool.
But despite the fact that Tommy seemed cool with Hulu's new show, Pam, on the other hand, said the series really upset her. BuzzFeed reported that she felt violated by the unauthorized retelling of her trauma and that fans were threatening to boycott the show, saying the absolute weirdness in making a series about the non-consensual distribution of a sex tape without the subject's consent. Entertainment Tonight quoted an insider of Pam saying the upcoming Pam and Tommy Hulu series has been very painful for Pamela Anderson and for anyone that loves her. Pam's rep also told The Sun she has no intention of watching this god-awful show. Absolutely not, never. And they added, it is shocking that this series is allowed to happen without her approval. Poor Pamela, the fact that she had to relive this traumatic event because of the Hulu show. Shame on them. Don't watch Pam and Tommy. The series turns someone's trauma into entertainment. The entertainment value found in Pam and Tommy isn't worth its issues with consent. Now, even though a lot of people were ready to cancel Hulu for this show, other viewers argued that the show actually vindicated Pam and her experiences because it supported her version of events and portrayed her as an innocent victim who was treated viciously and unfairly by both the media and the court system.
There's a tape out there floating around, okay?
Mm-hmm. What's that like, to have all that exposure?
It's horrible.
The New York Times said the show made Pamela Anderson look believable. A viewer commented, it actually shows her side of the story which no one sees. And somebody replied, exactly. Another viewer commented, I remember hearing about the tape as a kid and everyone saying, oh, it's obvious they were in on it, but after watching Pam and Tommy, I feel so sorry for them and what they had to go through. But not all the viewers who were watching Hulu's new series were taking Pam and Tommy's side. Let's not forget that they stole off Rand first. Tommy also withheld this man's property and threatened his life by pointing a gun at his face. They aren't innocent. If I had been treated the way Rand was treated by Tommy, I'd want revenge too. But you'd have to be some kind of moron to think that leaking a sex tape between a rock star and Pamela would make the guy suffer it all. The lesson learned here is pay your contractors. Who's to say Gauthier didn't do a job and tried to rip them off? We only get to see his side of the story. And speaking of Rand's side of the story, up next we're going to check in with Rand and find out what his reaction was to the new Hulu series. And spoiler alert, it's a mess. You've been watching an excerpt from my video on the savage scammer behind the release of Pam and Tommy's honeymoon tape, and there is so much more to this story, so if you want to see the full video, you can find that link down in the description, or you can search YouTube for Pam and Tommy by Mary Betsy.